И остановились мы на том, что все-таки разыскали чип охотника, поговорили со Стружесом, он нам сказал построить какую-то штуку, я ее построил. Просто я подумал, то, что вам неинтересно было бы пялиться, как я в 2 местах умирал 4 раза, а то есть 8 раз умирал. Ну, мы в институте, да. Сюда вот попахается. Что мне сделать-то надо?
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here.
Damned.
I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Где лифт-то? А, это лифт? Нифига, первый раз такое вижу. Я ни в жизни, ни в этом не видел такое.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Да вы украли моего
Welcome
сына.
to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here
I
now.
don't know you. Go away! Father! Father, help me! There's someone here! Help me!
Please, Sean. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean.
S923, recall code Cirrus. But disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
Just help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
It's really you? After all this time?
Yes. It's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
Hell of a story. But I guess it does make sense.
I'm glad you're willing to
Да
accept
уж.
it.
Смотрите, сейчас я вот могу снять маску с него
At that
и
time,
показать вам,
the year
ну,
2227,
его.
the Institute had made great
на вот
strides in
этого вот
synth
его
production.
сына.
But it was never enough. Scientific
мы
curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever on.
Он молодой, и
What
его
they
сын
wanted
старик.
was the perfect machine.
Да.
So they...
Right. So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me. After discovering records from Vault
Извините,
111,
дорогие друзья, я сейчас.
frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you. This really is a matter of importance. Are you following? This really is a matter of importance. I hope you're not too overwhelmed. Are you following? I hope you're not too overwhelmed. This really is a matter of importance.
Извините, дорогие друзья, если вы там слышали, что мы орали, то, что я что-то там.
I hope you're not too overwhelmed.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please, anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? She was murdered.
Killed? Yes. Murdered? I'm not so sure about that. Still, I do regret never having known her. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
It doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. What else can I say to ease your mind?
I think I've heard enough for now.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me. There is much to be...
Uh-huh. I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute, you want to introduce you. And finally...
Патронов нет. Вот. Я просто хотел найти лабораторию. Интересно, его включить можно? Ну да ладно. Задание. Чистку, установите мило, присоединиться к солнечному, добраться до закладки. Нет, ничего нет.
Doctor.
You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people doing real thinking and real work. That's the future I want.
No argument here.
Nice to meet someone who isn't obsessed with replacing people with machines. I've been saying for years that we're too reliant on these synths. But nobody wants to listen. Maybe you can talk some sense into them. In any case, I suppose I should say, welcome. Perhaps a fresh perspective will do some good around here. Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective and I am... Perhaps after you've been disassembled.
Здесь очень медленно. Видите, тратится.
All systems nominal.
Hey.
Greetings, sir. Scanning. Subject identified. Nothing to report, sir. Scanning. Unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll go find him later. Thanks.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Охотник?
Excuse me.
Always be vigilant. We have many enemies. It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Hey there.
Report anything suspicious to the SRB.
Dr. Higgs.
Spend enough time here, and you'll be sick to death of the word synth. I certainly am.
Подождите, сколько он увеличивает? Вот просто интересно. Будем надеяться, что много. Одежда. Как это со стороны выглядит? Понятно, лучше в свой глаза глядеть.
There's a lot of hubris around here lately, and I don't care for it.
Ладно. О, шпилька и антироген. Как это будет выглядеть? Да уж. Только вот то, что невозможно, невозможно. Ладно. Где лаборатория вот этого фига, который красивый? Или мне сейчас надо будет назад вернуться? Я не потратил вообще здоровье. А, я...
Authorized personnel only.
You're here. Glad you made it.
Кто это? Что с ним?
Hey.
So you were there the day the bombs fell. That must have been terrifying. Feels like this project has been going on for months.
When the lights go down and the stars come out,
Man just forgets about all his troubles.
Что мне сейчас надо сделать? А здесь?
All functions normal.
Да я ж только жду.
Almost done.
Hey, Doc.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Goodbye, then. That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their life.
Operating at full capacity. Nothing to report,
I can't argue
sir.
with that. Even
Scanning.
so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
All set.
Greetings.
All
Thanks
systems
again.
nominal.
Hi.
Reporting status. All functions normal. Scanning unknown identity.
Ой, как не нравится.
Operating at full capacity.
77 has been discontinued. That's
Вау! А интересно, эти тут знают подземку, которая крадут юзинтом? Да, плохой был. Спасибо.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Excuse me, doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. Well, I'm sure...
Все, извините. Я ничего не смотрел.
Oh, God. Don't look.
No! Ладно, все, извините, пожалуйста, я сейчас загружу последнее сохранение. Да. Да. На уже. Ага, этаже может предотвратить что?
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Well, that was productive.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Такое. Извините, я случайно джойстик уронил.
Greetings, sir.
No visible reaction to the K-14 comment. If you need medical attention.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
Always be vigilant. We have many enemies.
Upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Дайте я с вами поговорю.
Division was full. Had synths trying to escape.
Excuse me, Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated Institute technology to fall into the wrong hands. The results could be disastrous. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. Well, I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
Прикольно. Мы, наверное, харизму накачаем до конца, сможем любого убедить. С оружием, которое нифига не действует. Так что я, хотела его сменить. Во.
All done. You can return to your duties and remember to record every simple news.
Сейчас познакомимся с последним.
Scanning. Clear. Confirmed.
To examine the latest reports on Batch 27. Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get...
Hi, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
Где это горело синт? Во!
Dr. Volkert.
You smell like you've been above ground.
Systems will be starting a new dark matter initiative soon.
Вау! А можно в них стрелять? У меня есть один патрон. Ой, неправильное стекло. Зато на меня скорее всего, я не говорю то, что точно, не будут нападать синты. Опа! Во. Я быстренько так. Вот сюда, вот так. Нам надо в другую дверь. Что? Теперь заново открываем. Правда, он тоже со мной будет снимать, кстати, видосики всякие. Вот сейчас мы всего лишь пойдем. Пока вот.
I hear we're about to get new food supplements.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate. Ultimately, all the superior synth.
If the synths are intelligent and so.
However, is under.
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be better. Now.
Под развалинами института. Рядом с больницей, которую мы как раз таки достали. Сейчас мы быстренько топахнемся, дадим чип, а встретимся с охотником, если это будет недолго, и закончим серию. Ой, какая вообще... О, как же я этого не знал. Если вы читаете, вы понимаете, о чем я.
Чтобы ударить 3 раза, жмите кнопку удара.
О, красота. Почему ты туда не переместился, интересно?
Hey. Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
The Institute isn't our enemy, remember.
I know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Just in case they decide the Commonwealth isn't big enough for the both of us. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
Ой, блин. И здесь я не был. Здесь я был. Ну, тогда на этом мы будем заканчивать. И что, больше не работает? Ничего не работает. Ну тогда. Будет много разных вещей, как я так думаю. Вот мап я сохранил. Да. А вот это уже... чинить, блин! Заново что ли все делать? Ну еще средний генератор остался. И все, средний генератор откроем. Так что... будем с вами прощаться. С вами был Иван Бурбух из Burbuch 125. Всем пока.